Hello wrestling fans, the Wrestling Wizard here and welcome to another video. Now you can bet your bottom dollar on this happening. This is kind of predicting the future in a way. But let's face it, we are going to get Roman Reigns versus Logan Paul for the undisputed Universal title at Crown Jewel. It's going to happen, isn't it? It's inevitable. You're going to get the YouTube sensation, the social media megastar versus the tribal chief, the head of the table, the top dog in WWE in Roman Reigns. And there is very much a mixed opinion on this. Of course, on time of recording this video, the press conference and the one-to-one confrontation between Paul and Reigns hasn't actually happened officially in Vegas. But let's face it, Paul's gonna issue that challenge to Roman Reigns. And hey presto, we're gonna get that match. Now this has left a very sour taste in a lot of people's mouths. Again, I really welcome your opinion, so get down in the comments section. What do you think about this potential matchup that, let's face it, is going to be confirmed very soon? What's your thoughts on it? I kind of get both sides of the story. You've got the WWE loyalist, the traditionalist, if you like, that's very much about earning your shot. You look at the likes of Cesaro in WWE in the past, it took him literally a decade to get a shot for the main title. And then Logan Paul swans into WWE with his golden ticket, has two matches, has a main match at WrestleMania as well, you can't forget, a match up at SummerSlam, two of the biggest premium live events in WWE. And although he was victorious, this would only be his third match within WWE against the top man with the top prize in WWE. So it is kind of skipping the queue in a way. However, you got to look at the bigger picture. Triple H is trying to modernize WWE. He's trying to broaden WWE, expand it. And they've seen a huge increase in their social media presence since Triple H has been in charge. So that means more eyes on the prize. That means more people returning to view WWE. That means new viewers. And I'm all up for that if it's going to expand and grow the product. Now, Roman Reigns appeared on Logan Paul's podcast, Impulsive, and he basically alluded to the fact that matches are there to elevate the company, right? So whether they might be loved or hated, if it's going to expose WWE in a positive light and appeal to the mainstream audience, it's a good thing because it's going to grow the product. And if you look at someone like Logan Paul, he literally has just as many followers as WWE have on Instagram, for example. And also YouTube, he has like a quarter of the audience that WWE has on YouTube. So there's a lot of Logan Paul fans that don't know about Roman Reigns, don't know about WWE and the product, that might then start watching as a result of Logan Paul taking on Roman Reigns. And I get it. And if there's a time and place to put it, it makes sense on a Saudi show. No disrespect to Saudi shows, but it's very unlikely on those shows that you're going to see a main title change. Now, let's not talk about The Fiend in Goldberg because I'm going to go mad for all the wrong reasons. But it's very, very unlikely. Like, we know it's not going to insult our intelligence. We know that Roman Reigns is going to win this matchup. It's all about giving WWE that little bit more exposure. And let's not forget, Logan Paul is a WWE superstar and he is a talent. Like, he's come in, he's taken to it like a duck to water. He's been praised by a lot of superstars within WWE and he's got a passion for it. He really has. I mean, I'd like to think him coming down on this week's episode of SmackDown with the toothpick was homage to Scott Hall, and it may well have been because he's very much a student of the game. He absolutely loves WWE, he studies it, and you can even see in that podcast him picking Roman Reigns' brains, almost using the knowledge from Roman Reigns to hopefully, in his mind of course, dethrone Roman Reigns. Now we know that's not going to happen. But either way, it's intriguing, it's interesting. Logan Paul is a very, very clever guy. At 27, he's very, very savvy. It's just the fact that in the podcast, he basically played dumb and made out that he didn't know what the what chants were. Well, he knew full well that he was going to get some what chants when appearing on SmackDown to get a reaction. And after all, as Cena always said, WWE is about getting a reaction. You've got to worry when you're not getting a reaction. And I could honestly see Logan Paul as a pretty wicked heel down the line in WWE in the future. And this is only going to make him look good. WWE are going to make him look like $1 million in front of Roman Reigns. He ain't going to beat Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, the head of the table, but he's going to put on a good show and elevate the company once more. And I'm all for that, honestly. It was great, of course, seeing Paul Heyman come back as well on SmackDown, so you got that whole fresh dynamic, the interaction. He's clearly got a lot of respect for Logan Paul. Said that if he was going to work with someone away from the WWE scene, which I thought was a bit weird because Logan Paul is signed to WWE, but that being said, he could be the special counsel for Logan Paul, and I thought that was a really interesting tease. Great to see the Usos and Solo Sikoa come out, of course, with the honorary Us in Sami Zayn. They look like even more badasses with all the gold, and I thought it was a really, really good segment. It really pushed things moving forward. Again, it's all about that exposure. I love the interaction between Paul, you could say, and Paul Heyman. It was brilliant. The back and forth, and basically unofficially said that it would only take him one shot to take down Roman Reigns, and it would. And that shot, of course, he did to none other than Sami Zayn. Poor old Sami Zayn. And I love the interesting storyline moving forward, where you got Jimmy Uso livid that Paul has put his hands on Zayn, and then you got Jay just cracking up laughing because he's got beef with Sami Zayn. So that's a really interesting storyline arc moving forward within WWE. But to be honest with you, yes, I could put my back to the Attitude Era days in WWE hat on and say, well, you can't just swan in and get a title shot. It's kind of cheapened WWE. It's going to switch a lot of loyalists off the product. However, this is a new generation. After all, Triple H's motto has been what's best for business. And to be honest with you, if this is going to grow the audience, this, let's face it, is to take Roman Reigns to another level. And I'm not saying that beating Paul is going to be a mega win. But what I'm saying is it's going to get more eyes on Roman Reigns, isn't it? Those that don't know Roman Reigns are going to now know Roman Reigns, and then that might follow eyes onto next year in WrestleMania, when inevitably The Rock fights Roman for one or maybe both of the titles. We'll have to wait and see. Got a video coming up on that very shortly regarding the belts. But either way, Logan Paul versus Roman Reigns at Crown Jewel, I'm kind of happy with it. It kind of makes sense in the grand scheme of things as well. Let's not take this too seriously. This is a bit of fun, and ultimately Reigns is going to win. Now, if Reigns lost and Paul won, oh my goodness, the internet would break down, literally. It would come to a halt, I think, in that very minute. But nevertheless, take it with a pinch of salt. Don't take it too seriously. This isn't WWE putting the straps on Logan Paul. This is just giving WWE even more exposure. They're constantly growing in a global perspective. I mean, the fact they're even mentioning Floyd Mayweather. I love the fact they're mentioning confrontations and showdowns that have happened in the past away from WWE as well. It helps connect the mainstream with WWE, and I'm all for it. Thank you so much for watching the video. As always, be really appreciative if you could like the video, share the video, or even better, subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you in another video.